Hey everyone, Justin here with LethbridgeRealEstate.com, just doing our weekly market update here for you. Joel and I discuss what happened last week, and it's pretty crazy. There's almost 60 more pending / sold houses than there were new listings. So the market is still pretty much a seller's market. But take a look at the video. Let me know if you have any questions.
People wanting to buy houses, even though it's not fun right now.
Right.
But it's a lot more fun here than it is in other places.
Yeah.
Like Raleigh, North Carolina, for instance.
Yeah. Oh, crazy. Well, with that, should we see what's happening in our market today?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab another coffee. My new cup.
You need to get bigger cups that are cool.
But it's only like literally like 2 ounces of coffee. So a big cup doesn't work.
It would work, but yeah. All right, I'm gonna show this. Okay, another bad sign here. 60 pending, 46 sold, only 49 new listings hit the market. So that is pretty crazy. 50, yes. 315,000 is the average price this week, which is actually pretty low. It's good to see, to be honest. But let's check out the pending. So 60 offers on houses right now. I have a good story to tell you after this too. 341,661 is the average. A 932 got an offer, and a 72. There you go, 72 grand. You can buy it. I'm guessing that's a mobile or something. 52 days on market is still the average. Again, you got to price out some of these ones at 300. I bet you if we look at days on market and flip it this way, a bunch of the pendings are under 2 weeks. So in the first was this 25, they're all under 2 weeks in the first 25. So a lot are getting offers right away. And the sold market, 46 sales that went final. Are we out of February yet? Oh, we're almost there. What day is it? 24. 362,000, 365 average, with a $1.19 million one selling final. Someone got 9.77% over asking price. That is crazy. But again, even with that, the average was 2% negotiation. And I do try to tell people that, like, hey, if it's been on the market for a few weeks, you don't have to give them full price. Like, you need to negotiate. And I think a lot of people are like, just pay full price. And that's part of my good story I'm going to tell you. 61 days on market for the solds, so interesting to see. I
think that $1.1 million one, I think that one was a leftover from last year. Oh no, sorry.
I think it's a resale.
Last week.
I think it's, where was it? 17 days on market.
Yeah.
But I feel like that one sold already last year. So, this one, they were listed for 820, got 845. That's crazy. How many days on market was that one? Where my brain? 91. Well, that's crazy. Good for them.
Mm-hmm.
They get 25 grand over asking price, but this one got 50,000 under asking price. So that's what I'm saying. You don't really know what's going on until you really get into the exact house. And that's why it's impossible to say, oh, the market is X, because it's just not, it's very individually based. Price decreases 29 now, price decreases. Look at that, 4 of it worked, 5 of them worked. So you dropped your price, got an offer after dropping the price, and one actually sold final after dropping the price. So look at that. Sorry, go ahead.
Here's a quick story that might help some people understand, days on market and why it's important. Like you said, not to necessarily just focus on that to say how hot a market is. I'm actually dealing with this right now. I tried to get into this place right after the show because it's a really nice listing.
Yeah.
It's been on the market for a while. It seems to be slightly overpriced, but could be completely justified once you see it. And I was like, what is going on with this? Asked to see it, and I get a response right away from the listing agents like, no, that's not going to happen. It's tenant occupied, and the tenants are being more than difficult.
Yeah.
And it's like they basically said, you have an hour this week from this time to this time to show the house. That's it.
Oh, really?
And I was like, that really sucks for the seller,
Yeah.
because they probably, I think this house is 30 days, maybe more on the market.
Oh, no.
This should have sold probably in the first week.
Yeah.
But no one can see it.
I don't want to disparage anyone, but I've seen tenants be like, stay at the house for the showing and then talk about, oh yeah, the foundation here and the electrical sucks. And they really try. And you're like, well, why are you still living here? Well, the reason they're saying all this crap to you is they want to stay. you know, they don't want to move. And so I've seen that quite a bit, and you have to take it with a grain of salt. But, you know, and then that's the problem is if they're in a long-term lease, you want to buy this house and be stuck with those people either, if they're being this difficult. So yeah, you want out. A story I was going to say about price reductions. So I've talked to a lot of people about it. So look at this house. I don't know what they were at. They listed, they dropped their price, and then they only negotiated another $2,900 and it was done. Right. So that's an interesting tale. And I do tell people that a lot. Hey, you know, I don't know. I'm not a soothsayer. I can't say the market is exactly this and that's what your house is worth. But you can always try a little higher right now. I don't care. The market's crazy. If you don't get an offer though, or you don't get action the first week, you can come down, right? And so we coach people like, you know, come down $5,000, come down 10 grand, whatever. You know, if you want to start high, we just go over the market. Like, here's the averages, here's what everything's selling for. And you make the decision. It's your money. I had one the other day, north side. Every house within 300 blocks was 360 to 364. Like it was a no. I didn't even have to show up. I could be like, it's 365. And they're like, what about 400? I was like, no. Well, I heard about that neighbor that sold for 400, and I found it, and it was like 500-600 square feet more by level. So you know, one's a 1,200 square foot by level, one's an 1,800 square foot by level. One
big difference. Yeah.
Anyway, one had a triple garage, one had this one. I'm like, yeah, they're 400, but look, you're exactly this house. So it's one of those communities that's ubiquitous layouts, right? So you're like, that's your house, that's your house, and that's your house, and that's 361, 362, 363. So anyway, sometimes you're just like, I can't help you. I'm sorry. You know, that's not going to happen, right? But every once in a while, you list for a little bit more, and then do your price reductions, and you'd be surprised. You and I and the team talked about one yesterday. We dropped it 10,000 because, you know, another realtor before I came told them it was worth X. I didn't see that. They didn't get any showings, but so they didn't get any feedback. So we took it over. I got a bunch of showings, and all the feedback was what I said. So I had a conversation with them, and they're like, okay, drop it 10 grand. It wasn't even like hard. It's like, okay, we were wrong, move on. And you have to be aware of that.
Well, in this market with this demand and so few houses on the market, if your house isn't selling, because there's 300 buyers and 30 houses for sale. I'm
barely
accurate.
Yeah.
But it's not that far off. So if your house isn't selling, it's because there's a price issue.
Price problem. Yeah.
Because there's a buyer for it.
Right.
There's 10 buyers for it, or whatever the numbers actually work out to be. There are numerous buyers for your house.
Right.
You're just too expensive, and no one is going to write an offer so quick on the market and lowball you. It's just not going to happen in Lethbridge.
Yeah. Well, there you go. 145 active detached homes in Lethbridge. Average price is $443. Median's $385. So that's what you're talking about. And I always tell people this in a nutshell. There's 375 realtors. Let's just look here. Lethbridge and area, associate brokers. 375. Ooh, that was a good guess. There's 375 and 145 houses. So there's some competition, right? Let's say everyone has one client, which is fair. You have more than one, I have more than one, but let's say it averages up to one. There's only 145 houses available. That's crazy. So market wise,
buyer for your house.
Yeah.
You just have to price it right.
Yeah. Let's check out what is sold for February. I believe I've got this month already locked up in our game. Yeah. 146 sold already in February, which is...
I blame Trudeau for losing this month.
I blame Trudeau for a lot of things, but go ahead. Why is that?
See, my predictions were based on increasing interest rates that were going to help slow and cool the market down. But instead, he didn't, and let it run wild and let you win by proxy. Right. So it's Trudeau's fault. You two are in cahoots together.
He was too busy shooting beanbags at protesters. So, I mean, you got to give that guy some slack. He was busy this week.
He was nowhere to be found.
That's true. He was definitely hiding under a bed somewhere. He was not near the protests.